We're in Holyoke, Massachusetts, and we're in front of the Whitmore Paper Company. And I'm going to tell you about this wonderful company and what they did through the years. The Whitmore Paper Company happened to start at the Holyoke Water Power's Innovation Mill on Cabot Street, and they started there in the year 1880. And they stayed there until about 1895 when they decided to start up their own mill. And that's the mill you see in front of you. It's on Middle Canal Street. And it did not need to have any hydromechanical power turbines inside of it. It's officially off the canal, because if we're on the other side of the canal from the canal street, it could have took in the canal water. But in 1895, Holyoke started up their own electric power station, which was on this canal very nearby. And so this mill, Whitmore, got very clean power electricity. They were the one of first to build just for that. You can see it's a large two-story building and very long. And the list of products they made is just as long as the building itself. And that's why it's a huge place, because of all the many things that it did through the year. Now you can see it goes back a little bit along Apple Street, but mostly it's on Middle Canal Street. And what did they make? They made Bristol boards, or index boards, or thick cardboard for displays. And think of index cards in size. But they made it such that they had special looks to them. If you were throwing a wedding and you wanted the front to look like a satin look with an invitation on it, and the back just looking plain white or a different color, they could do that here. Or if you wanted to have a translucent or transparent kind of paper, they could do that here. If you wanted to have tickets, you know how tickets are tough but very bright colors usually, they could do that here. If you wanted an ivory look on one side, they could do that here. If you wanted a steel looking paper, or some kind of lithography, or if you wanted to make boxes that were just for presents, they could do that here. Over and over again, they did all these beautiful colored hardened paper. They could make chromo paper, which is a very, very bright paper just for display purposes. If you want a poster paper, think here. So they did a great deal of things here. They put a lot of effort into it. Now, in 1921, they sold out. And who they sell out to? Let's go down here. Who they sell out to? They sold out to a company called Marvellum. So they lasted for 41 years, this Whitmore Paper Company in Holyoke, and they lasted for about 26 years in this location. But then the next company, Marvellum, bought them out in 1921 here, and that company lasted another 45 years to the late 1960s, when the paper industry really died here. And so this kind of company, not making the paper, but processes it into cards or bright colored items, also went down. So these two companies combined made it about 90 years in Holyoke. Wonderful. Nowadays, it's a marijuana mill. They grow marijuana inside of it. Now, the Marvellum Company, it's breaking into two words, Marv and Vellum. Marv means marvelous, and vellum means a fine paper. And so Marvellum made fabulous, a marvelous paper. And that was the name, a beautiful name for a company. They made kind of the same products, fine items with the very distinctive metallic looks to it, glazed look to it, bright colors to it. And they were also very profitable. But if you don't get the paper nearby, then why bother staying around here? And the whole industry was changing too. They're becoming more digitized, more electronically applied items like lithographs. So when the industry changes too, why would this company ever succeed? And so it ended up not succeeded. And this whole area died too, for various reasons. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do a quick one, 360, and then one without my voice after that. So this, in the distance, is Springfield Photo Mount, and that was a similar kind of company. All right. Then across the way is Hamden Paper, a similar kind of company to Marvellum and to Whitmore. Then National Blank Book Mill 2, and then the Norman Paper Mill, and then the very end of the old time canal number 2 ended here. All right. So a lot of things are being made in this area. Now, strange enough, one mill that's very important was the Ampad Company, and that's at the corner up the street at the corner of Winter Avenue. So we're going to do a 360 without my voice. So thank you for coming here and seeing the Whitmore Paper Company, a little known paper company in Holyoke.